Good morning. It's Tuesday, 23 July, the third day of DebConf. Early morning session. Congratulations for making it here. This morning we're listening to Agustin Henze speaking about Salsa CI Debian pipeline for developers. Agustin, over to you.
Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you for coming. I know that it was a really hard night last night. So, okay. Yeah, it starts with a question. I don't know, but how long does it take you to realize that you have uploaded a broken package? Like maybe, I don't know, minutes? If you get this kind of email, like your package is waiting for accepting, I don't know, they have to check the package manually, which is good because it is a new binary introduced in your package. So they do a manual check. Well, then you get like a feedback, but it's not useful, but it's something. Then you have to wait hours, maybe hours, until the package is installed in the archive, and then all the tests are run. Not only Debian CI, I'm talking about pew parts, the rest of the architectures, etc. I guess, and maybe it can take a day to get the whole feedback. So, yeah, I think that the Debian infrastructure is really good. It's awesome, since it's the thing that the difference between the rest of the distribution. So it's really good, but you have to wait and you have to break the distribution if you want to test your package. I mean, you have to upload a broken package to realize that auto package test is not passing, or maybe a different architecture is not building if your package needs to be built for the rest of the architectures. Well, you can do that in your machine as well, but if you maintain like more than 5 packages, you cannot do that, or you don't do that. I mean, you don't run the whole test in your machine, your parts, auto package test. Usually you don't have time for doing that. And the feeling is, the idea is to get the most benefit that you can do for Debian. The time that you invest for Debian is really precious. I mean, you want to contribute to Debian, you want to invest time in Debian, and then you want to get that value added to Debian. Yeah. Continuous integration is the practice of building and testing each change automatically as early as possible. So when Salsa CI was deployed, I thought, okay, this is a really good idea. Not because of GitLab, but the interesting part was the GitLab CI, and not because of GitLab, the part of the CI. Having CI in Debian is a really good way to speed up our process, the way that we contribute each other. So yeah, I think that it adds a lot of value having CI in Debian. I remember my first package was a flight simulator. I was so excited about that. I was doing my thesis. It was a quadcopter, like 10 years ago. And I was learning how to control the quadcopter using the hardware. So we broke like many propellers and some fingers as well. And then, yeah, and then someone told me, you should try to learn using a flight simulator. You cannot break anything with that. So I went to Debian. I couldn't find any other. I couldn't find a package for doing that, so I packaged that that software. And I remember that when I was introducing CRRC, I tested like in many ways. It has like an interface through the soundbar. You can introduce a control, and well, you can control the robot, the simulated robot through the interface. So it was really good. Then the second release was there. So I remember that in the next release, I was so excited. Okay, I have to try everything again. I want to have like this software working really well. So I tested it in my machine again. But then over time, over years, you don't have that excitement excitement anymore. It's like you change. I finished my degree and I didn't use the software anymore. So in the next releases, I just try to build the software and maybe running some tests, but probably just opening and see if it works. Probably. It depends on the time that I have to spend with the package. So if you add continuous integration to your project, no matter what kind of project you have, in this case we are talking about packages, it makes it easier to review, change. For example, when someone contributes to your project, you don't have to look. I don't know. You don't have to test it. For example, you just go to the CI output and see that your tests are running well. So you don't care about if it is working or not. You just put your focus on the patch, not on the functionality, because you know that it is working. If someone forks your repository in Salsa, they can use the same infrastructure that you are using for testing your package. So there is not a gray area between your computer and the contributor. So you have like a neutral environment for testing your package. And of course, anyone can contribute, adding more tests and changing your CI. That is another good item. Yeah, it helps a lot avoiding repetitive tasks because you don't want to test your package every time that you change it. So, yeah, and it is easy to attract new contributions. Yeah, what is the Salsa CI team? We develop and maintain recipe for building and testing Debian package. It's just that it is not magic. We are not. We contribute to the projects that we use, like auto package test, pew parts, repo test, but we just build a recipe. It's like the thing that you should run in your machine for building and running your test. It's just that. It's like just scripts and as much we are trying to do generic as possible. It's not that easy, but we are trying without any tweak. I mean, you don't have to execute anything weird. It's like just Debian infrastructure, just Debian tools. Sorry. In this way, you don't hide the magic, and the newcomers can see if someone want to, I don't know, get into the Debian tools. They can see how Debian executes the whole machinery, how to build a package, how to run pew parts, how to run auto package test. So it's like a good documentation, but you can interact with it. Well, the goals are detect problems before the package get into the archive, because it will be nice if you don't break unstable or experimental anyway. So you can just try to something weird or a new upstream, push your changes and wait for feedback. And in that way, you don't break the archive and you can get feedback really fast. Like maybe it depends on the package. If your package has to be built, probably depends on the size. But usually, if you have a Python module or per module, it's really, I don't know, it's really fast. Maybe between 5 and 8 minutes. Well, yeah. Like I said that before. You have a reproducible environment, so you can share the same environment between developers. And yeah, I think that it reduces the learning curve for newcomers, because you can try different things in your fork and play with it. It's like a good way to learn. At least to me, it works. This is how it looks like. So far we have just 2 stages. In the first stage, we build the package. We do a full build. That means we build the all and the any architecture. Right now, sorry, we are building for x86 only, but we are probably this DebConf we are going to add ARM64 as well. And in the next stage, we have the testing part. And the testing part are jobs. Every bubble there is one job. And we have auto-package tests, BLICs, build log, hardening checks, lintian, pew parts, and repro test. Repro test is for reproducibility. Well, the whole pipeline takes more than 8 minutes for a regular Python package, just like an example. Every job run in a clean and reproducible environment, which is, yeah, has the minimum requirement dependencies. In the beginning, since the beginning, we were trying to make it simple, just with the dependency that you need. It's Docker-based, so if someone is asking, it's Docker-based, so we build images, and those images are used in every job. Well, I think that it was 8 months ago, the Salsa admins added the CI runners, the share runners, so we can do everything that we are doing now, because they are doing a really good job, and we can run many parallel jobs in separated environment. Yes, it's really fast, or fast enough. Well, how do you can add the pipeline in your package? It's really easy. Just yeah, you have to commit. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just forget about that. there are 2 URLs here that you have to include in one file. Sure. No, I don't think so. No.
No, doesn't work.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, it is easy. You have to add just one single file, including 2 URLs, and one URL is for the jobs definitions, where you have where you can find the recipe, and then you have the pipeline jobs, the pipeline jobs. Well, one is the declaration, and the other is the definition. So yeah. What are our future plans. Well, as I said before, we are trying to get more architectures into GitLab, into Salsa. We got sponsorship from Packet, so we are going to add ARM64, and but we would like to try using the porter boxes as well in the future. In the last release, GitLab introduces generic executors, so we can use SSH chain root to build a runner, so we can try to use the porter boxes for the rest of the architectures, because we don't have many hardware, and I have been talking with people, and usually the porter boxes are just idle. Nobody's using it, so we can try using them as part of this infrastructure. Well, we can offer a way to testing upstream changes, but how they impact in Debian. Every time that upstream push not only a release, every change that they push, we can test that in Debian and tell them that, give them some feedback. Okay, the package is broken after you change. The package is not built anymore, for example. Probably it's just an idea. Yeah, that was the first thing that we thought in the beginning. Propose new releases automatically. We already have that code, but we didn't try it yet in production. But the idea is every time that the upstream release a new version, you will get like a merge request proposal automatically, and you as developer and as a maintainer can accept it. And yeah, maybe we want to go further than that and try to make the upload automatically, but that is for, I think, for years from now. But the idea for of having merge requests automatically is there, but we are not executing it yet. But maybe in, I don't know, 4-5 months. And yeah, we want to increase the coverage. Whatever you have, like whatever, I don't know, what do you do in your regular workflow, what kind of checks you do, but we want to have them in the pipeline so the rest of the maintainers can use it. For example, I don't know, we would like to have the FTP checks. That would be nice. Not all of them, but part of them will be nice having directly into the pipeline, so you can have faster feedback. Yeah, we need more use cases. In the beginning, it was easy because we were testing only with our packages. Then the people started using it, and everything was broken. So now it's good. It's running again, I guess, over 400, 500 source packages. And but we would like to have, I don't know, the 90% of the use case, well, the 100%, of course. That is not readable, I guess. I'm sorry. I think that it was yesterday, Rafael told us that Kali Linux is using Salsa CI over 500 projects. Yeah, we need to improve the documentation because I am talking about Salsa CI, but first you have to know how GitLab works, what is GitLab CI, and we don't have that kind of I don't know workflow or flow to get into the Salsa CI. So we would like to have friendly documentation, but yeah, you know, always it's hard. And yeah, and for sure we would like to have everyone involved in this recipe thing. It's just how do you do your work? How do you do your job with the package. What is the way that you build the package? What is the way that you ensure that the package is not broken before upload? And we would like to get that in the pipeline. The contributor so far that is not readable, I know. And yeah, I would like to do a demo. I don't know if I have time. Yeah.
25 minutes.
Oh, great. Yeah, I will do. Which one? Yeah. Yeah, demo. Yeah, but I know. You can just wait a little bit. And also you can ask whatever you want in the middle. It's so hard using a different screen.
Can we ask questions in the meantime?
What kind of Git layout do you support?
Sorry?
What kind of Git layout do you support? Unapplied,
Yeah.
as Ian says, or?
So far we only have GBP support, but we want to add whatever.
There's many GBP layouts.
Yeah, but we.
So what?
Yeah, I know, but I think that it is not important. If you can execute one single command to get the origin, that is enough. I mean.
But does it have to be pristine tar or not?
No, it's not necessary.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the second question I have is, so for everyone that maintains a large amount of dependency for big software, one challenge is to, oh, that's my, I packaged that one. Thank you.
That one?
Yeah, mini UPnPD. So, yeah, feel free to commit there.
Don't tell me that, I will do.
So for anyone that maintains a chain of dependency, the challenge is to be able to test the reverse dependencies. So do you have plans to test building all the reverse dependency of a package?
Yeah, actually, yeah, he's laughing, but yeah, we were thinking about that. And GitLab has the multi-project pipeline, something like that. The feature is called like that. And you can have nested pipelines in your project. So, but that feature is not open source. So we requested to them, we opened an issue, and we requested them if they can open that issue, they can open that feature, but they, I don't know. You have to discuss. You have to increase the interest. I mean, I was the only one talking that issue, or maybe two more people. But if we are going there and just pushing them, they usually release the feature. So
Send a mail to Debian Devil so that we all rush into the thread.
yeah, but you can solve that using the GitLab API as well. But yeah, it's not that friendly. I mean, you don't have the visual part. You are going to get like a log, and you have to find in the log the URL of the next pipeline. So yeah, it's not that friendly. So yeah, we want to push them and get that feature released. It will be nice if everyone goes there and push them to release that feature. Actually, we made it the include feature that you couldn't see before. Well, I am not sure if was Debian exactly the reason that they released that feature, but we went there. I asked to Chris, the DPL in that moment, and he went there and pushed them. Hey, we are Debian. we are like usually the pay the features that you have to pay for are for big companies, and Debian is the same example. I mean, we are like a huge company. We have, I don't know, 10,000 projects. I don't remember. The Salsa means the other day they told me, but I don't remember. But it is a huge amount. So we have to try to push them and get that feature release and all the features that we need. Otherwise, it's not going to work for Debian GitLab. So it's not to be sorry, but two cheese and wine and party last time. No, I am. Yeah, I'm just trying to authenticate to GitLab because I am forking the project. Yeah, I am forking the project. Well, here. And then you can go here, set up CI CD. I am changing the path because, of course, you have to use another path. Otherwise, you have to have that patch. So, no. Oh, let me grab Salsa pipeline. I am just copying this include sentence that you can read now. I am going to increase the size after take. So this was the thing that was unreadable before. As you can see, there is an include sentence. Is something that GitLab parse, and then there are two URLs where you can find the recipes. Oh. I pasted that. Okay. First, you have to change the default path that GitLab uses for running CI, for finding the CI description. Just 1 second more. We are going to get this pipeline running. And then you commit the changes, and the pipeline should start now.
There is no dot before the salsa.ci, before the salsa CI. So
yeah, but I already added. Yeah, I did that. I just added the new file with the pipeline description, and as you can see there, the pipeline is running for the SQL package. And well, you can see the same thing that we saw before. The first stage is running, is building the package. So we will see if it works, but we can go back to the presentation and say thanks.
Okay, there's 15 minutes, time for lots of questions.
Is that possible to build against the dependency not yet in Debian repository?
What? Can you repeat it, please?
Is that possible to build against the dependency not yet in Debian repository?
No, we don't have that yet, but we would like to have that implemented. Yeah.
Hey, so first of all, thanks for a really good presentation. I have just a couple of questions. First of all, I just want to make sure I'm trying to track what, all the Git stuff in Debian for some silly reason. But so I want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly that you currently support GBP unapplied as the only format that you support.
Yeah, but only because we don't. I never had another workflow.
No, that's fine.
That is the only reason. But we would like to have more workflows.
Well, no, actually, I think this is really interesting. Have you? And that hasn't been a huge problem for you. Like, how many times have people really been wishing? How many times have people come to you and said, "Hey, I'd love to use Salsa CI, but I can't get this other workflow working"?
Well, we have an open issue, and there is like 3 votes. Maybe. I don't know if that counts, but...
I think that's a really interesting set of feedback to the global discussion about what workflow we should be using. My second question is, are you tracking the different push-to-upload proposals?
Tracking what? Can you repeat?
So there are a couple. So Ian Jackson and Ansgar have different approaches for basically making it so that the way you upload to the archive is to push a tag.
Yeah, we were talking yesterday with Jan. Yeah, it seems that there is not any overlap between his work and this Salsa CI.
Well, I don't think there's overlap in terms of code, and there certainly doesn't seem to be a conflict. But one thing it seems like it would be really, if you have both of these, can you download the artifacts, like the built deb artifacts?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have both of these things together, I think what you could do is you could go propose a change, like, without having a bunch of Debian tools on your system. Yeah, you're going to get the auto package test, but you could even download the archives and test the debs yourself if you wanted to do more thorough testing, and then upload all the way to the archive, basically without ever having that infrastructure on your own system.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that sounds kind of cool, honestly.
Yeah, it works. I have tried that already. Oh. Yeah, the build succeeds. Microphone. Shh.
Yeah, they're upgrading Salsa now, so you might not have any luck with that. But my question was, can you use these the Salsa CI setup to build packages outside Salsa on, say, a private GitLab instance that isn't Salsa?
Thank you. Can you repeat it, because I couldn't hear? Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Can you use Salsa CI on a GitLab instance that isn't Salsa, so a private GitLab instance or GitLab.com or whatnot?
Yeah. Actually, Kali Linux is running in GitLab.com. It's not running in Salsa.
And my second question is, can you build packages not against Debian Unstable, say against stable or for targeting backports, that kind of thing?
Yeah, we have Jesse, Seed, Unstable, testing, whatever. You have to set a variable for that, but yeah.
Excellent.
Good question. I forgot about that.
Please remember to keep the mic on your chin.
So, wow, I'm really loud. How integral is Docker to your setup? So, I have tests which fail in some obscure way in Docker, and neither I nor upstream have the motivation to fix a program to run in Docker which no user will ever run in Docker because it's interactive. Well, okay, that's my take on it. Obviously, other people might differ. But so that's a blocker for me for using Salsa CI, is that I have a test suite which works fine, for me, but won't run in Docker.
In building time, you mean, or auto package test?
I mean, it works fine for me if I run it interactively, or...
Yeah, we can, actually we're using Docker base because it is easier to set up, but we can change that. Actually, we were using, in auto package test, before we were using Docker base image, but now we are using LXC, like Debian CI does, because we have many differences between the Docker-based image and the way that they are running. And now we've solved like 10 issues in a row, changing the way that we are deploying or running auto package test. So yeah, it is interesting. If it is not working for you and we have many issues with that, we can change that.
So I should file an issue on Salsa CI explaining
Yeah,
the
sure.
problem? Okay, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Next question.
It on? Okay. So one problem that we're facing is that we're using containers, unprivileged containers, and some tests fail because of that. So are you facing anything like that with like C? Or you're not testing unprivileged like C containers, using those for tests, for auto package tests?
Yeah, yeah, we don't have many issues yet. I don't know. If you want to try and you find an issue, just open.
Oh yeah, because like CoroSync, pacemaker, anything that would change, like PR limits and things like that would require special privileges,
Yeah, the machines. Well, yeah, succeed. The machine inside of the runners are bare metal machines, and
Okay.
yeah, you can
So you won't face
whatever
this.
you need. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Any more questions? Anything else? All right. Thank you very much, Agustin.